Let's get some work done, huh?
I actually agree.
Well, then I actually take it back. You.
We did it so continuously and people were coming in and out of the kitchen. Like that was really just one take or two takes. We did those. So sort of like a play, like it did feel real. And now I have trauma from it. Hi, I'm Abby Elliott, and we are going behind the scenes of The Bear. I staged at a restaurant between season 1 and 2, and it wasn't really until, honestly, I watched season 1 that I was like, oh, okay, that's what that jargon meant. Because reading it on the page, you don't really hear the behind and the urgency. So once I was in the restaurant that I was staging at, it was like, this is so intense, and I have such respect for restaurant workers and everything that they go through. They work so hard, and it's such a well-oiled machine. It has to be for it to work, and for the food to come out and have it be good is also a whole other thing. And I don't understand how people do it. I still don't. And now working at The Bear, my job as the general manager, it's primarily dealing with bills. And that's something as an actor, I am not a mathematician by any means. So that's also a thing that whoa, this is so overwhelming of just cost of cheese and that sort of thing. It's just insane. So this next season, we kind of dive into that and how can we adapt and make adjustments to the menu and still have Sydney and Carmi's creative vision with the food come out, but also at the same time be realistic. And there's kind of this ticking clock that we have now. And so it's kind of this race against the clock to make sure that everything can work. When I did work at restaurants, I was a hostess. And honestly, that was fun for me because I could talk to people, and I also got to pour wine, and I would give really heavy pours just because I genuinely did not know what a wine pour looked like at age 21. I was just pouring it to the top. I just saw what my parents did. It feels more in my control to decide when and pregnant. I would have to say the Ice Chips episode, the birthing scene that we did last season, it was extremely challenging, but it felt very personal. I kind of brought my pregnancy to Chris and Joanna, and they wrote that in. So to get to have that play out was just so special. And all these kind of pieces kind of fell together. We did it twice through. Me and Jamie, we didn't really run it beforehand. I thought about it, should I call her and go over to her hotel and we can be off book together and find these moments? And then it was no, that's not what the show is. We're going to go to set that day and it's going to feel completely different if we just do it fresh and look into each other's eyes and really feel these moments. So going through that with Jamie was just extraordinary and one of those once-in-a-lifetime things.
Congratulations! I knew it!
Obviously Carmi, but he frustrates the hell out of me, right? I can't get him to do what I need from him. I really have fun with Eben, with Richie and Sugar's dynamic. I think they've come a long way, and we had a really beautiful scene that was, I wouldn't say reconciliation, but they're finally seeing eye to eye, and they grew up very similarly, and Richie knows how Sugar grew up, and Sugar knows how Richie grew up, so they have so much history, and that's really fun to play, of just kind of this knowing with each other. This upcoming season, there is an improvised scene. I don't know for sure if it made its way in or not, but there was an improvised scene that was very random, and I think will shock everybody if it does get out there. It's either in the season or it's in the bloopers. Oliver always makes me laugh. He's just such a sweetheart. And we have this similar dynamic off screen that we do on camera where I'm his favorite and he takes care of me. So it's always really fun when I'm shooting a scene with him. As well as a return portfolio.
Hey, Richard, will you turn that thing off, please?
But I also get, Lionel has this very calming energy. And so whenever he is on set, I feel very safe. And Marcus brings that to the restaurant, and his work is beautiful and so inspiring. And it always feels good when Marcus is around.
Nobody has to say anything. I just want to work. Just want to be here with y'all and not think about it for a second, cool?
yeah, everything's edible. I mean, Coco Store, our amazing culinary producer, is just a brilliant chef. Our kitchen is a working kitchen. Our fridge is cold in there. It has all fresh ingredients at all times. Everything's edible. Coco comes around during filming with fresh focaccia and honey just for us on set. The food is unlike anywhere I've ever worked. There was a caviar creme fraiche cone last season, and that was like so good. I think Edwin, maybe, because he's a brilliant actor. He's so competent and he's struggled in the restaurant. So I would say Edwin, or Evan's pretty different from Richie, I'd say. I kept the earrings from the fishes episode. I would have taken a fork, but they were all stuck in things and who knows if they needed them for continuity. But yeah, I took the earrings and I wear them. And I tell people, these are the earrings from fishes.
I love you. Okay?
I love you too, Shug.
I knew that we were doing something really special, very relatable. I don't think you ever really know, but we definitely felt like this is going to resonate with a lot of families. But it was weird, like living that, like I really do feel like that scene, like we lived those emotions. And I remember someone asked me like, did you have fun that day? And I was like, no, it was so real. It was like, sure, I had fun like shooting the with John Mulaney and Sarah. Like we had fun doing that, but it's also like we did it so continuously and people were coming in and out of the kitchen. Like that was really just one take or two takes. We did those. So sort of like a play, like it did feel real. And now I have trauma from it. I think also a big part of it is that you know what happens to Mikey. So it pulls at your heartstrings. It's gut-wrenching to see him in that vulnerable yet angry moment with Bob Odenkirk. Stan's Donuts. We have them all the time on set. And yeah, especially when I was pregnant, you know? For the most part, I try to eat healthy, but that was my thing. This is kind of lame, but electrolytes, stay hydrated. I have a lot of fun with the hair and makeup department. So I would say it's like a lot of trying on wigs, Donna's wig, putting my clip-in bangs on Jeremy, a lot of that. Just wig work. Chicago is just the best. And I have 2 little kids now, and to take my kids to the beach, my daughter, I think this was when I was pregnant, it was like the first really nice day of spring, and we went to the aquarium, and then we came back and we went to Lake Michigan, and she just got right in, and she was 2.5 at the time. And I was pregnant, and the water was like frigid, just ice cold, and I had edema, swelling in my legs. And so that water felt so good, and my kid was happy, and we were loving life in Chicago. So yeah.
Well, Abby, thank you so much for your time. This was so great. I'm so excited for people to see this new season coming up.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael.